Hi, this is Heather with Keep It Simple Social Media TV. And in this video, I am going to share with you 5 of the very best social media tips in order to help you navigate your way through the ever-changing jungle that social media can be. Let's face it, if you're new to social media, or even if you've been doing social media for a few years, it is not always as simple as some people make it out to be. So I'm going to give you 5 plus a bonus tip at the very end, ways to help you be more efficient with your social media. So number 1, you need to pick a platform and master it. So if you're just starting, you want to look at what social platforms your customers are on. So for example, if your customers are in their late 40s, 50s, 60s, then possibly TikTok might not be where you should be spending your time. So I think that Facebook, we know 2.4 billion people, Instagram over 1 billion people. Once again, these platforms have the eyeballs on them already. I do think you need to have a LinkedIn professional account at least set up. So you want to find a social platform that you know your customers are utilizing, and then you want to go deep. You want to understand everything about that social platform and master it. You'll want to do research. So you'll want to look at your competition or look at people that you think are really doing a good job on social media and look at their posts and say, what is it about this social platform and this type of content that they're posting that's making people engage, comment, and share their content? So tip number 1 is you want to find one social platform and then master it before you move on to the next platform. Now, tip number 2. This is probably one of the most important ones once you've chosen the platform you want to be on, and that is strategy. You have to have a roadmap in order to know where you're going. In order to sit down and create content every day, you have to know why. You have to know what, and you have to know how. So your strategy can be as simple as printing off a calendar once a month and looking at what you know to be for sure. So what dates do we know things are happening, such as summer holidays, the fall, Christmas, things of that nature that we know are happening. And then you look to your community events, and then you look to your business events, and you start filling in those dates, and that will help inspire you to create content. Then you can look at something as simple as saying, okay, on Mondays I'm going to do this type of content. On Tuesdays I'm going to do a Tuesday quote. Wednesday I'm going to shoot video. Thursdays I'll do throwback Thursdays, and maybe you post one day during the weekend as well. So you definitely have to have a strategy. Part of your strategy is identifying who your customer is and what type of content you're going to create that actually speaks to that person. So I always say don't blanket the entire 2.4 billion people on Facebook, but look at who your customers are and the type of language that they speak and the type of content that's relevant to them in order to create this strategy. So using a content calendar, researching who you're speaking to and understanding their interests and the demographics and the geographical locations, all of these things that really add up to help you when you're creating a strategy today on going forward. And that leads me to tip number 3, and that is consistency. So not only is you being consistent on your social media important for the algorithms to get you into more news feeds for free, but consistency has a lot to do with your tribe, your community, the people that are following you on social media. For you to be consistent gives them the reliability that you're going to be there week after week, because people get used to seeing you on your social media and they start to rely upon the content that you're publishing, especially if it has a lot of value for them. So how do you become consistent? I think it's really important that you pick a day each week and you say, this day, this time, I sit down and I do my social media. And this way it's on the calendar. And when you can see it, you can believe it and you can make it happen. So consistency is you showing up when you say you're going to and repeating it week after week. And I think Part of being consistent is the KISS method, which is keep it simple. So consistency and your strategy kind of go together. Do you know what your brand colors are? Do you know what platforms you can use in order to create your content? And do you have your logos handy? So when you have everything set up, you have your strategy, you know that if you hop onto Canva and you want to change the background to be the colors that you use or the font, that you don't have to search for them anymore, because you know exactly where they are and you consistently go to the same place time after time after time. So know your consistency is the calendar for which you go to every week to create your content. Know in your consistency that you know where the folders are on your computer or on your smartphone, or you've already set it up on a photo editing site such as Canva. So everything becomes a lot more systematic, which is part of the strategy. And when it becomes systematic, it's easy for you to just pop on and do it. And in the beginning, when it comes to scheduling your social media time and being consistent, you actually are going to have to time yourself so you can see how long does it take you to actually create this type of content versus this type. So example, Facebook, how long does it take you to upload a photo album? How long does it take you to create a carousel post? How long does it take you to upload a video and then remember to finish the circle, which is editing that video? So all of these things take a little bit of time to figure out, but once you have a system down, then you know I schedule Wednesdays at 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. all my social media. So consistency is tip number 3. Let's just repeat. Tip number 1, pick one social platform and really get to know it well. Tip number 2 is strategy. We have to have a strategy for success today, a roadmap to where you're going. Tip number 3, you have to be consistent. Not only for the algorithms and for your social media, but you want to be consistent for the people that are following you, because they start to rely upon seeing your content in their news feed. So tip number 3, consistency. Tip number 4, really be aware of the type of content that you're publishing. So use beautiful photos and great videos. And I know it takes time to learn how to do video, and we're going to talk about that later. But when it comes to photos, just take that extra second and clean your lens and check your composition and experiment. Try the different ways that you can take a photo with your smartphone and you can edit it from your smartphone. And then look at what you can do with that photo, whether it's uploading it to Canva to give it some of your branding, or changing some colors, or to making it the right size for Instagram, for Facebook, or for whatever social platform you're using. Look at free options for photo, both on Google, Shutterstock. There's lots of different places that you can find free photos. I love when I go on Canva. They give you millions of free photos that you can use for free, even without the paid account. So are ways that you can get great photos without stealing them off of Google. So that's important, that you have the rights to use the photos you use, and that you start keeping track of all the photos that you're taking by putting them in a folder, and then deleting the ones that aren't really photo album worthy, let's say. Because when we post a whole bunch of photos to our social media, we shouldn't be posting the photos that have a very dark background, or that don't look as good as they can. And another tip for taking photos is check your lighting, and just walk in a circle and watch what happens with the lighting, especially natural light if you're outside. So tip number 4, use beautiful photos and use video in your social media. Tip number 5, engagement. You are going to get a lot of engagement on your social media. And what that means is people are coming to your social media, or they're seeing your posts in their news feed, and they're responding. They're reciprocating with a like or a comment or even a share. And you want to remember that these are your tribe, these are your community, your fans. These people need to be acknowledged and in a timely manner. But more importantly, what you have to remember is Facebook actually tells people how responsive you are. And right on your Facebook business page wall, Facebook says, this is how long it takes you to get back to people. So the whole idea behind your engagement on your social media is to respond in a timely manner. And you can respond in so many different ways. You just don't have to write a comment or like their comment. You can respond with a GIF, with a photo, with a video, and you can have a lot of fun with it. But the most important thing is to let people know that you actually appreciate their time on your social media, because engagement draws bigger audiences. So these people have friends usually on Facebook that can see the activity that they're doing. And so if you're out there responding and encouraging and answering questions, then your numbers will grow on social media organically. It costs you less to get your business in front of more eyeballs just by simply engaging with the people that are taking the time to be social on your social media. So that is tip number 5. And now my bonus tip for you is video. You have to implement video into your marketing mix today. And you know, when Catherine and I are teaching our social media boot camp, our webinars, in fact, we have a webinar on just about everything that I'm talking about right now in 1-hour modules. But when it comes to the video component, I always ask the students, I say, if there's 14 billion videos being watched on social media every day, are any of them yours? And if you cannot confidently say yes, then it's time that you just simply got the tripod out, set it up on the counter, and just got over the fear of shooting a video. Now, you don't have to be in the video, but the reason you want to be shooting video is because Facebook favors video. All social platforms favor video because it is a competition to see who can get the most video views in a day. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Facebook has come up with Facebook Lives. There's a live tab. There's a video tab. Now Facebook, which owns Instagram, has IGTV, which is another streaming video platform. So you can see that video is just getting bigger. Videos being watched every day, being shared, whether it's on YouTube or on Facebook. And we need to know if you are on there as well. So you don't have to shoot yourself. You could shoot video of your products, of your services, your updates, anything of that nature that just really slowly gets your face in front of people so you become the authority on the subject that you're talking about. Video today is so many things. We can do video with iMovie, with Camtasia. We can shoot video with our smartphone. There's tons of video editing apps. It is just getting easier and easier for you to shoot video. In fact, Facebook wants you to do video so bad that they've created the slideshow option for you uploading photos, and they create a video of those photos. So lots of different ways to get you started with video. Don't forget that when you upload video to your social media, you actually need to go in and edit the video to add the captions, the titles, the tags, the thumbnails, lots of little things to finish off your circles when it comes to video. Video gets the most engagement out of any type of content that you can put on your social media. It gets 5 times more engagement than just a regular post. And video is easy for the consumer to absorb. So these are reasons that we should be shooting videos. But also, as a real estate agent, your seller expects you to be using video to market their property today. In fact, 85% of sellers that were interviewed said they expect their real estate agent to shoot different types of video of their property. And here's the thing, like there's 5% of realtors in North America that are doing video today. So there's a big open field for you. So that is your bonus tip. Your bonus tip is start implementing video into your marketing strategy. Those are my 5 plus my 1 bonus tip to help you with your social media. And let's just recap what we went over. We started off with pick one social network and really get to know it well before you put another one into the mix. So one social platform, research it and get to know it well. Number 2, have a strategy. Take the time to create a roadmap for your success in social media. Tip number 3, you have to be consistent today. People start to rely upon seeing your content in their newsfeed day after day, week after week. And consistency is what Facebook really loves you to be as well. Tip number 4, use beautiful photos and beautiful videos and get used to shooting your own videos and get used to your camera settings when it comes to shooting your own photography. Take your time, use photo editing sites, use the editing on your phone as well. Tip number 5, engagement. When people take the time to engage on your social media, show them the love by thanking them and responding back, and you will build a bigger, stronger community on your social media. And my bonus tip, video. This is a video. This video is being shot on Camtasia. I could have shot it on my phone. It doesn't matter. I'm shooting video. And there's over 14 billion videos being watched every day on social media. So you need to get in there and start doing your own videos. And it's never easy when you start, just like starting to implement this social media plan, these 6 steps. Nothing is ever as easy as it is for me to say, but once you start doing things and once you start going on to each of the platforms or opening up your phone and shooting a video or creating a strategy or a business plan or researching, it gets easier and easier and easier. And in no time, you will be successful with your social media. I would also add that you do need to pay for advertising for a successful social media platforms because all businesses is a pay to play to be seen social networks today. My name is Heather. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you can be notified each time I put out a new video. And I will put a link to all of these videos on each one of these topics in the comment section below. But remember, everyone, let's keep it simple.